Welcome back to some more EU4, playing as East Frisia on the cold shoulder of Europe. Although, not really that cold right now because everything's on fire. So, yeah, last episode we declared war on Verdun, which dragged in England, which meant we could drag in France. England's having a bad time. We burnt one of their colonies down. The Reformation broke out, but because we're at war, we can't get a centre of Reformation. Thank goodness Lüneburg was the nation that it broke out in, so this is next door, and they like us, so hopefully that'll start spreading over to us naturally. This episode, we are going to keep plugging away. I'm going to unpause. Going to keep plugging away. Hopefully we can get some major naval wins. Do that. We're going to help the French there, but I don't want to take the two massively injured ships. Yeah, we're going to hopefully help the French keep the English Navy down. We will keep burning any colonies that England tries to make, if indeed they try to make any. And we're going to hopefully try and develop our colony in Atlantic Canada, which, fingers crossed, we won't end up with too many fights with France, our ally. Game plan really is to get some land here and then start going up to a blocking point. It would be really nice to get a province like Pasamu, but obviously it's occupied by natives right now. Alternatively, you take these two, it'll block it up in the same way. Not super enamored about getting this land because it is Arctic, so it's slow to develop and it's not very high value, but we'll see. And yes, we're sitting in the Irish Sea because it means we can blockade tons of provinces, make a lot of money. Well, help us from hemorrhaging lots of money, I guess is more importantly the answer. But it also helps increase our war score. We want to get involved in that because France's army is there. So we want to... Do we have any damaged ships here? No? Okay. Oh, it's because they went back to shore. I mean, that makes sense. I'm going to have them do that so they don't automatically go back to the field. That would be terrible. We're going to go in there and help France. Because we do not want them to lose 14,000 men. Yeah, that's fine. Back to blockading. Okay, so yeah, Verdun has nothing. It has no navy, no army. It's got nothing going on. It's the opposite of Stacey's mom. I know I've made that joke before, but that's... Deal with it, nerds. Coming from a nerd. Yeah, we're just helping France do... Well, what the French always wanted to do was occupy England. I guess they kind of did it a few hundred years before this game starts, but nah, I digress. If England's army can be trapped on Ireland, then, yeah, we can pretty much siege this out with impunity. And by we, I mean France. In terms of war score, obviously theirs is going to tick up because they're doing most of the heavy lifting. But while we continue to sit here, occupying a lot of things, and stealing money from them, we count as helping. And we're breaking even as a result, which is pretty crazy in and of itself. The Willy Had, which is a fantastically terrible name for a ship. Going to take a while to repair, so we're just going to leave them where they are. It's nice to get a couple of extra trade, not trade, well, I did get a couple of extra trade ships, but for once, it's kind of nice to get some transport ships. When we played as Bologna, transport ships were mostly a waste of time until we attacked England. Now, they're pretty useful, because, well, we've got land on the other side of the planet, so it's nice to be able to get there. We can't take a plane over, not even a hot air balloon. Oh, a lose a stability or lose a stability event. Fun. 10 years of penalty. We're not going to get a new tech for a while, so this is the rare occasion where we're going to support the clergy, I think. Because I do want to be able to spread religion pretty swiftly if we get the opportunity. Unfortunately, they're not converting our provinces right now. They could start doing that rather than converting Mecklenburg. That would be excellent. We have no say in that. We have no dog in the fight in terms of being able to change anything, which is a shame, but what are you going to do? I wonder if we'll claim this off England after the fact. Bit dangerous because the Iroquois have a permanent claim on it. They have a permanent claim on pretty much all of the East Coast. So we are invariably going to end up in conflict with them, but luckily they're squabbling within themselves right now, so they're going to stay occupied. And yes, 5,000 troops is not a huge number, but at least it is something. It's going to be enough to dissuade any of the one province kind of wandering horde-style native tribes from doing anything. So it'll do what we need to do. Yeah, France is really taking full advantage of battering England right now. They now have no troops. You got no friends. Got no mates. Are you fully healed yet? Okay, you are. Let's get you combined. I'm kind of surprised this English fleet hasn't tried again, but I guess it's because it's all transports. They can't really get out. Okay, unconditional surrender time. What's your war score? You're only at minus 41. I thought it'd be a worse number for them than that. I guess it's because, for some reason, France just decided to stop trying to siege out London, even though it's the capital. Yeah, price of incense has gone down. Absolutely does not matter to us in any way, shape, or form. Mecklenburg got a centre... Why did they pick it? Why did they pick to have a centre of reformation? Like, there's one right next to them. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And the third one's in Scotland. Okay. That kind of sucks. So the 3 Reformation points, one is in Scotland, which is irrelevant, and 2 of them are right next to each other in Northern Europe. Which means there's absolutely no way on this earth that I'm going to get Austria or France to convert from Catholicism. That's stinky. Also, Great Peasants' War is stinky as well. Call for peace. I guess it's because we're at 100% war score. But I want to get money out of England independently. So war reparations, give me all your cash. They will do that without any questions. They will still give me more stuff. Can I take this from you? Yes, I can. They won't annul their alliance with Spain on top of that. I would like that to happen. Although, if I do that, France might just beat them up independently. Maybe I shouldn't do that. There's no nation that they can make independent that is that important, honestly. Yeah, you could have them break Northumberland off and be like, almost all of North England. No, we're not doing that. And I don't really care about having them return cause either, to be honest. So, I think it's just going to be war reparations, all of your cash in that one province. I'm okay with this. I think that's a pretty good deal. France gets a lot of money out of that, so they're going to be somewhat happy. They probably want Calais, but they're going to have to deal with it. I do have to core Manhattan, which is a little bit annoying, but at least I don't have to deal with natives down there, because it's already done. I am going to pump it up to 100% autonomy, though. I don't want to have to sit down there. So, taking this is not huge in and of itself. Really what this is that it means England's not here. I mean, that's the big benefit. So, that bit's done. The diplomat that I didn't think that was going to be very useful on the Parliament vote turned out to be kind of useful. That's 33 aggressive expansion. It would put Nassau in, which is bad. Nobody else would really be able to join, so I'm kind of tempted just to do it anyway. And I don't think, with how many... Oh, well, the problem is, if Nassau joins a coalition, they could call in Venice, which would be awful. And we would probably get our backsides kicked in. But I can't wait, because the call for peace is already there. But I don't... I'd rather have Stad than Vern just based on its geographical position, but no. We should only take one province. Don't be greedy. We already have an extra colony. I mean, the other alternative, because they don't hate us, is if we vassaled them. Would Nassau join it? Ooh, it would only just. How much do you hate us by default? Hostile, at war, allied to rival won't matter. Unlawful territory will be a little bit annoying. Do I want to vassal you instead? Wasn't really my plan. But it would essentially give me open borders for free. That's fine. It's only 27 aggressive expansion. Might be worth doing, you know. It would also cost us 1 Diplo point a month because we'd be over our limit again. Start moving this stuff back too before I forget. So these 2 trade ships are just going to be here by themselves. This stack of 20 for now is just going to protect trade. Protect it in the English Channel so we can make some more money, please. I think I'll vassal them once I don't have to deal with Nassau joining a coalition. Which should be any time now. Yeah, because they're only at minus 51. So they'll tick over any time. And then that gives us something to do with our 3rd diplomat that we're going to have temporarily. Is we can use him to make them hate us less. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Okay, now they won't join the coalition. Done. You are vassaled. You hate us, which is understandable. Bloomberg's converted to reformed, which is great. That's fine. We want... Is there anything in here we need to do initially? I don't think so. I'm not granting them anything. I don't need to placate them either right now. That's just a cost of prestige I don't need to sacrifice. Okay, I think we just had a province convert. I clicked through it by accident. Yes, we did. So, is it the right religion? No, it's not. Midtjylland converted to Protestant, which is not what we want. I mean, I'm not completely sold on having to flip, but it's fine. We're going to flip to Reformed. Dortmund's being converted, so I'm just going to pull the pin in it now. We're just going to rip the sticker off, I think, while we can. We're going to flip to Reformed. Now, the Reformed religion, like I said, I don't think is actually that good. So we can pass the Conventicle Act, which we're going to do. We're going to go the Popery Act. There's no downside to that. The Test Act is marginal, but we're going to do that as well. Act of Uniformity, though, is a step too far. I don't want to do that. I don't want more expensive institutions. We're going to start converting, and we're going to include our subjects in this, and we're going to have them autonomously do it so I don't have to micro. We're not going to be able to convert very quickly. So that's something we do have to bear in mind. We're going to have some unrest. It's pretty inevitable, so we're going to keep our army maintained until we get this done. So how does Reformed work? Well, it gets a bonus to tolerance of heretics as it happens. So that's why it's extra okay with the choices that we made. But you get 4 options. It used to just be 3, so this has been updated a bit since I played. You can see how often I use Reformed. So, you accumulate further every month. You can get a maximum of 100. The amount you get depends on how happy your clergy are, whether you're at war or not. You just get a bonus if you're at peace. How much prestige you have. Ours is in the toilet right now because we've just converted religion. What your stability is, and what your religious unity is. It's hilarious that ours still thinks it's really high, but that's a different issue for a different time. And you get to spend them on different traits. Now, they cost you 8 points of fervour. but you have to pay 8 up front. So it's 8 plus 8 every month, so you can't just flip constantly. When you run out of fervour, they just turn off. Which is why I don't really like them anywhere near as much as Protestant, because you're constantly having to micro this. And I'm not a micro-y person. However, the bonuses I would say are slightly better on average, with one major caveat. You can't increase your discipline, which I would argue is the most important military stat. You cannot do it with the Reformed religion. So you can pick trade, which does exactly what it says on the tin. War, which increases your morale and your morale damage. So it's kind of a double dip, but it's not discipline, which is a shame. Stability, which again does what it says on the tin, with one exception. It does also increase the discount you get to developing. So if you do want to punch a load of, let's say you've got extra Diplo points and you want to increase your provinces, build tall, genuinely very useful. And then you have diplomacy, which I think is more useful than it looks at first glance. That ability to turn on 2 extra Diplo rep at any time can sway the balance between being able to vassalize somebody or being able to tempt somebody to go to war. The spy action cost, I don't use a huge amount, but you have some options. We're also clearly not going to go Defender of the Faith right now because, well, we can't afford it. Although we're close. But no, we're not going to do that. What are we going to be defending? All of the nothing? So no, we're not going to do that. But we are, while we have the opportunity, we're going to build a manufactory. We're going to get it in U-Turk because it's worth a ton of money. Thank you for paying for our manufactory, France and England, kind of by extension. We're going to know where it's trying to spread religion because we're probably going to have unrest there. So Meppen now suddenly has 2.2 religious, well, it has unrest. We don't know if it's religious. We're just assuming. But you can see the buddy here doing his, his reformed hula over there. Don't know who he's talking to. That soldier next to him looking at him like, what the hell are you doing, man? You better not come this way and talk to me about it. But yeah, he's now converting. Our conversion power is going to be pretty lethargic because we didn't go religious ideas. We went humanist instead. Humanist, I would say, long game, significantly better, but it does have some real slow early game problems. France is now going for its 2nd province in Newfoundland, which makes sense. You get an adjacency bonus too. Or I should say you don't get a penalty. It's kind of the more important piece. But yeah, we're going to have to contend with the reality that France and England can both colonize significantly faster than us. It just is what it is. But it's not all bad news. So we don't need the biggest colony in the world to be useful. We just have to make sure that we're not adjacent to somebody that will eat us immediately. So we're going to constantly have to have a military presence over here, even if it's not a massive one. Just in case we get attacked by, say, like the Iroquois or maybe the Chickasaw. They can form like a foundation over here to a territory where they kind of merge together. A federation, I think it's called. They can be pretty dangerous. We just have to keep an eye on things. So Meppen is now our first reformed province. It should start converting pretty quickly. It would be far better if, like I said, we had the reform centre. But at least the one positive of 2 being near us is that it should really start hammering these guys very quickly. The only real downside is that there's a Protestant one right here. So there's going to be battlegrounds. No, I'm not giving you land. I'll take the stability. So we're back to +2. That'll help us grow our further. I'm assuming there'll be a point up here when we get to maximum further, so I don't have to massively micromanage it. We will see. Burden's going to hate us for a while. But it won't take too long to get them back. Yeah, they get the -100 for forced vassalization, so that's going to be a reason why, but eventually that will go away. We're finding out about lots of native events going on between them. Not that we can really engage in them at this point, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We now have regionalism to go through. So we can have just more growth and less state maintenance. We can have more governing capacity, more trade power, more maximum promoted cultures. Or what we want is exile colonial companies. So expelling your minorities costs and your settler chance is going to be very helpful for us. Is it super powerful? No. But it will be another thing that helps us kind of increase our pace and potentially catch up a little bit with what our bigger neighbours can do. As you can see, we're still not exactly pumping out big numbers. We've got 50 a year, 19.5% settler chance. France has about 50% more of each. So we're not doing big numbers. But they're not rookie numbers either. So we're kind of that halfway house. Who would have thought taking Iceland off Denmark would have been so helpful? Something I almost never do. I never think about it, but it's genuinely very useful. Sound like a cat fell off a washing machine in the background or something. They're just doing cat things. Silly keys. Expiring CB against Dismartian, that's fine. Not that we can attack them right now anyway. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. We're not going to do this because it's just a diplomatic... Diplomatic insult? Can you take land off somebody for a diplomatic insult? I don't think so. But I might just do that for the money. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, you don't always have to take land. I'm not going to bring anybody in I don't need to. So it's just Augsburg. Yeah, we'll just do that for the cash. I know we're going to get the crossing penalty there for crossing over the strait, which is terrible. But we have massive number advantages, so it's fine. Not even sure if we're going to be able to get to Augsburg, frankly, but we'll see. We do need to borrow our trade fleet, though. Can you come sit here so we can cross over, please? Thank you. Yeah, I'm not even convinced we need to get to Augsburg. Oh, we've got a free transport ship. Neat. Go sit with the pile. So we can get to there. Yeah, we can't get there, so I'm going to just wait, I think, until somebody else gets open borders. Presumably Augsburg is going to try to get open borders to come over here. It's not like we can get it from Austria. I'm just trying to look at the pathing through here. So you'd need... Thank you, surplus equipment, that's fine. You need one... Würzburg is one giant line, so that's not too bad. Did they give us open borders? Nope. No remains. Okay, well I guess we're not going over there. Instead, going to have these... I doubt these three transports by themselves will have adequate coverage there. Yeah, they can do 79... It says 79%, but it says blockaded to 37%. So somebody's maths there aren't working, but it's fine. Go back to protecting trade. I want to make money. The whole reason I'm doing this is for money. They must think they have a path to somewhere, because they've moved to Austrian territory, but I don't think so. Wouldn't mind getting war reparations out of Augsburg, but I don't want to have to do any work to accomplish it, particularly, so if they just want to sit there and let the timer run out, I'm okay with that too. And we'll just ask for military access. I mean, that doesn't cost us anything. We still can't get there, figured as much, but... I mean, we could invite Frankfurt in, I guess. They might be able to get open borders. Yeah, I can get there now. Okay. that'll work for me. Because clearly Frankfurt has open borders with other nations, so I can just wander over. Where are you going? That's a hill. That's a hill. They're all hills, so I guess I'm just going to have to... What's your military level? You're at level 10? So am I. I think even in the hill I'm fine because of how good my general is. And they don't have any cannons. Oh wow, how wrong was I? It's because of this. Look at their morale compared to ours. Why is ours so bad? Because our prestige is terrible. That's why. Okay, fine. Let's just retreat back. Yeah, our morale is dismal, so that's why. That will recover. Yeah, very, very different to the Bologna campaign where it felt like we had unlimited morale. Here we have not. So if we're going to attack them, we have to attack them somewhere flat. That's fine. Frankfurt looks like it's following me, which is even better. Where are you going? Better not be going back there to try and take that stack out. Okay, no, they're going after my vassal, which is rude, but at the same time, I know it sounds weird, kind of a good thing, because if they have less army, then they're less likely to rebel. Okay, they're going to go sit here instead. That's fine. Yeah, that's A-okay with that. Then go into Augsburg. So we have high fervor, so it is telling us when we're at cap. So I guess we might as well just go for the war stance, so you can see at least kind of what happens. Then we'll run out, and then we can undo it ahead of time if we want to, but... Again, I don't like to micro. And it is the micro religion, so... Maybe it's not a perfect match. Lose the prestige, it's fine. We're going to bounce back so quickly. Not good to lose prestige, but, I mean, there are worse things to lose. And you can now come sit back in port. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, religion-wise, we are mostly converting to Reformed, which is what we want. I don't know if you saying you're going to be that religion makes it more likely to happen, or if that's placebo or what, but it's fine. France doesn't hate us, which is the important thing. They do have a penalty because we're a different religion. Take the Diplo points. But they don't hate us outright. Still funny, there's still this Hussite province in Bohemia. I was about to say Bavaria, that would be incorrect. I wish you got to see more of the Hussite religion in this game. You see it in some other Paradox games, but not really in this one. You can, if you start as Bohemia, turn Hussite, but there's not a good reason that I know of, and it has been a while since I've looked, to do so. Also, I just noticed now we can't even siege this without 11. Okay, that's fine. They'll take an unconditional peace treaty anyway. Oh, you can take provinces from a diplomatic peace. I'm not going to, because that will make everybody incredibly angry, and even vassaling them will. But we can force religion. And that will help with our fervour immediately. If we pillage their capital, we get 1 point of admin. For 6.3 aggressive expansion, that's probably fine. Okay, well, they're now the right religion. So we get to go in and say, hey, we did this. We converted another religion. So we've already got 3 things in here. So if we wanted to start a golden age, we technically could. We're not going to do that yet either. There will be a kind of a perfect spot to do it. Now is not that time. What is a perfect time to do is seize land. So we're definitely going to do that. And the other thing that's a perfect time to do, I think, is put a cut in the video. So we've managed to check one box. We still haven't quite got our colony to actually, well, our province to even be a completed province, let alone colony. It takes a long time at the start. It will get quicker. It better get quicker or we're doomed. No, it will get quicker. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Like the video if you have. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.